Google Drive. In this video, you'll learn about creating, accessing, and organizing files within Google Drive.
So, I have a folder in here called Demo for Class. First thing we're going to do is go in here and figure out how to create files. So, if you go up to this new button, top left, where you see the multicolored plus sign, hit that. Here is a list of file types you can create right here. You can hit more and get even more options. So, let's just start by creating a Google Doc. Now, because I'm in the Demos for Class folder, it's going to create right inside of there. But I can move it anywhere I want. And I guess I'll go ahead and tell y'all this. Most things I create for class purposes when I'm doing demonstrations, I name fake. That way I can go through there and search the word fake a few times a quarter and just delete all that stuff so it's not taking up rooms. So here is a file I've created, and then I can see right here, I can hit the little arrow and I can move it to any folder I want. So if I created it in my main drive, it'd be sitting in the main part of drive and I can stick it in as a subfolder, but I can move it around to my liking. And so you can also star it, which basically means it's an important document and it'll make it easier for you to find. But if you use naming conventions, the same type of naming conventions throughout your use of it, it'll make it super easy to search too. So here it is sitting right here. And if I go back to my drive, I can see it is also right there inside the folder I created it in. And so the next thing is about actually accessing it. So I can go into, I can Google drive.google.com, put that in my Omni box at the top. It will take me to my drive, and then I call that fake file. So in order to access it, I can go up here and search fake file, which was the name of the file, and I see it right here. Or I could also search the folder it's in. So demo for class is what I called it. And then here is that folder right there. So there's multiple ways to get to it. That's why I really suggest you pick out how you want to name your files and folders, and it'll make the searching part, the accessing, that much easier. But you can also go in here and move files anywhere you want. So I have, say, some stuff in my courses taught, and I want to move this unit review. I can drag it up to 210 because it's actually part of the 210 class. And you'll see right here it says, okay, we moved that document to this folder, and it lets you undo it easily. And I can go in here and I can see that it's actually down here. I have a ton of stuff. As much organization as I have. If I'm creating files on the fly, I'll just try to throw them in the main folder they belong in. And then a few times a quarter, I try to go in there and I'll organize stuff. But, so that does lead to the second part about organizing your files. In the past, I've done rubrics. This quarter, I'm doing a little bit different. I built them into Moodle, but you can, I would actually go in here and I would make copies of multiple files. Select the files I want and then make a copy, and it'll make individual files, and then I can move them into different folders. So because my structure is pretty rigid, everything's basically where it needs to be anyway. But let's go back to my demo, and I see it right there. Click on my demo for class. And I can go in here, I can right click it, and I can move without even opening it up. So maybe I want to move it to my 210 class. Courses taught, EDCI 210, 1920, spring 20, and there, it's gone. So you can move files all throughout your drive, but you can also move it while you're sitting inside the file with using whatever application like Docs, Slides, Sheets, things like that. So you have the ability in multiple places to move it around and to organize. But I really do suggest, especially now, a lot of y'all are in the beginning of your schooling. So I suggest that you start making folders for every single class you're in and putting all of your work in there. That way you can access it from any computer you're at. You don't have to worry about your file being saved on your specific folder. On your specific laptop that you might be using. You can open up the files a lot of times on your phone too and manipulate them. So figure out your organizational structure that you're going to use for the rest of your academic program. I suggest you do it similar to how I have it here, where you have years. So go in there and make a folder for the academic year 1920, make a folder for every quarter, and then inside the quarter folder, make a folder for all the courses that you're in, and start throwing all of your documents in there. And by the end of the program, you'll have a whole basically repository of work that you've been doing and creating throughout your program.